Solete amici, solete sodales. So, let's talk about virtual assessment. And let's talk about why it's so hard and frustrating. I got an insight today from an author I never heard of until today, a man named James Clear, who apparently is a favorite author of a friend of mine, and my friend shared this on Facebook. Mr. Clear, who's a multiply best-selling author and apparently quite a successful businessman too, has this insight that I want to share with you guys. But first, let me tell you why I picked this theme and why I left the placeholder photo with the typewriter on that amazing period looking piece of furniture. As teachers, sometimes we get stuck in what used to work. And I mean, there was a time when that typewriter was state of the art, and there was a time when that color was the latest thing, and there was a time when if you went into the best office in the world, whatever that might be, you probably would have seen something like that. Those days are gone. And you don't have to get rid of everything. But if something isn't working, that's probably why it's so hard and so frustrating. Specifically, here's Mr. Clear's website. Here's his insight. Results equals hard work times time, we know that part, to the strategy power. But what if you don't speak math? Now, I speak just enough math to understand that equation, but you may not speak math at all. What on earth is he saying? He's saying that, well, we all know that hard work and time lead to results, but when you find the right strategy, it leads to, that's an exponent sign, so that leads to like exponentially greater results. But what does that mean for us? So strategy, I think for a lot of teachers, is the missing piece. Hard work and time make value, but strategy produces a thing called leverage. And those exponential results come when you take the value of your hard work and your time and the other things that you bring and you use them in a way that fits the conditions. Strategy, teachers like to talk about strategies in the plural, but the people that I know in the military, and you guys know I lived in an army town for a really long time, they use the word strategy as a singular thing. It's the one overarching goal, and then there's individual tactics that you use to get there. So the clearer you are on where you're going, which kind of requires where you are, and the clearer you are on how you're going to get there, the greater results you can receive from the same amount of hard work and time. And guys, you've been working yourselves, guys and people of every gender, you've been working yourselves to death. You've been trying to work not just 24/7, 365. Some of us have been trying to work 25/8, 492, right? And there's still too much to do. And it's still overwhelming. And you're still feeling all the feelings that we talked about yesterday because that isn't working. It's like trying to use that TV in that picture to watch any show today because that TV in that picture doesn't work with the way that television signals are made anymore. And if you put up that wallpaper in your house, please don't call me because I don't want to see that. It reminds me of, well, it reminds me of when I was a child, but some memories are better when they stay in the past. So we got a couple of decisions. You could try to do this and take that old TV and paint it a bunch of different colors and make it look really pretty. It still won't bring in a modern signal. Or you can say, okay, we got to have appropriate tools for the task and for the context. So tomorrow we're going to talk about those because I have a feeling that they're simpler. They're simpler than we think. I know they're simpler than what a lot of people are doing because a lot of people are trying to just take what used to work sort of in a physical classroom and stick that online in a direct substitution. And we know that's not going to work. But sometimes we don't know what else to do. So we work and work and work. We spend time and time and time, but without that missing strategy piece, we're not going to get the results that we're looking for. More on that tomorrow. But I wanted to get this out today. And it's been kind of a day. Maybe it's been kind of a day in your world. Just remember, it doesn't have to be as difficult, as complicated, or as hard as you think. And you do not have to do this work alone. And I think there's going to be some exciting announcements from a bunch of people coming up in the next few days about ways that you don't have to do it alone. But until those announcements come and until we see each other again, valete omnes, valete amici, valete sodales.